Boys, we got a bleeder in aisle 6, ladies and gentlemen.
Down on my pots, I'm drunk and I'm pissed.
For the best the poker world has to offer, subscribe to Poker Go now.
Your super high roller bowl 7 champion, Daniel Negranen.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen.
The World Series of Poker, high stakes poker, no gamble, no future, and so much more.
What was that bite?
Sign up at PokerGo.com using promo code CardPlayer to get $20 off the first year of an annual subscription now.
Hi everyone, this is two-time World Poker Tour champion Jonathan Little, and I want to tell you about my training site, PokerCoaching.com. Poker coaching is the place to be if you want to increase your poker skills and learn to crush the games. It's the only place to quickly increase your win rate with active learning, so you can achieve your full poker potential without having to hire an expensive coach. Right now, podcast listeners can score a free membership by visiting pokercoaching.com/cardplayer and get access to top training tools like our interactive hand quizzes, our 7, 14, and 30-day challenges, and a roster of elite coaches such as Matt Affleck, James Romero, Burt DraftGanger Stevens, Michael Acevedo, and dozens of others. Again, that's pokercoaching.com/cardplayer to get your free membership right now.
By now, you've heard about Global Poker, one of the fastest growing online card rooms available in the US and Canada today. So what's stopping you from trying it out? Global Poker is a safe and secure social poker site that uses their own patented sweepstakes model. Signing up is easy. You can use Google, Facebook, or just an email address. You can always play for free on Global Poker, but you can also buy gold coins for additional play, which will earn sweeps coins that can be redeemed for real cash to a bank account, Skrill account, or even as a gift card. Get a free 5,000 gold coins when you sign up right now at globalpoker.com.
Poker Stories is an audio series that features casual interviews with some of the game's best players and personalities. Each episode highlights a well-known figure in the poker world and dives deep into their favorite tales, both on and off the felt.
Hello and welcome to Poker Stories, a podcast brought to you by Card Player, the Poker Authority, and hosted by me, Julio Rodriguez. This is episode number 152, featuring poker pro and content creator Jeff Sluzinski, better known to his viewers as Jeff Boski. Boski has been playing cards for the better part of the last 2 decades, having dropped out of college during the poker boom, moving to Vegas with only $10,000 in his bankroll. But the gamble paid off for the former telemarketing manager as he built a successful career in the game. And things really began to take off when he started his poker channel 6 years ago, showing his online play with streaming and documenting his live poker escapades in vlogs. To date, he has released more than 600 videos with millions of total views, covering everything from live tournament wins, viral poker hands, and even trips to the strip club. Anyway, that's enough intro. Here is my conversation with Jeff Boski. I'm here with the one and only Jeff Boski. Jeff, how you doing?
Great to be here, Julio. Love Poker Go Studio. I donated $5,000 here a few days ago, and we were out.
What event was that?
The Stormex Invitational. My first time playing it.
Congrats to Jonathan Little.
Yeah.
Who won?
Yeah, nice job. I should have re-entered, and it would have changed the whole butterfly effect, and maybe I would have won.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Jonathan, you're lucky.
Very much so. Yeah. But no, for some reason I chickened out and didn't re-enter. It just hurt to lose $5,000, and I didn't want to do it again. But I regret that, and I've learned from my mistake. I'm going to keep firing no matter what.
Next time, go back to that ATM.
I had the money. I was just like, because I just won the win tournament before, and I didn't want to lose all my winnings in one day.
Yeah, I saw that. Congrats on the victory at Win.
Thank you.
Also, you had a big win this summer.
Yeah, MGM.
At what was that, a mystery bounty event? Or?
Yep, MGM mystery bounty. Or it was a flip. Wasn't a mystery bounty. Wait. No, I had a final table in the mystery bounty too, but the one I won was a unique format where you come back to day 2 and everybody gets 2 cards down and you run it, and the winner gets $2,000 or up to 15,000.
So it's a blind flip.
Blind flip, 12%
Wow.
chance of winning, and I won that too
Wow.
for the min. But I'll take $2,000, $500 buy-in. Not called a flip and go, not like the World Series scam, but just day 2 and you get a free roll.
Right. So you already earned your way to the money.
Yep.
And then
it's a
this is
bonus.
just a little bonus payout on top. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of the prize pool. Unfortunately, I results oriented. I won the most of the prize pool. I would have won a lot more if it wasn't for this promo. But
Yeah.
still a
that's
cool thing. People really enjoyed it. It was like,
That's the thing, though. Like, what gets amateurs in the door?
Mystery
And if
bombs.
they know that there's like a luck-based prize at the end of the rainbow, maybe that's an extra incentive for them to gamble a little bit more.
and to make day 2 just a different meta game, and I think it's fun. And am I close enough to the mic?
You're great.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. We could also boost you if it's too low.
All right, because I'm pretty monotone. I gotta use more inflection.
You're used to talking in front of a camera, though,
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but I've gotten used to it.
so you don't have a camera voice then. This is your voice. This is.
I try not to, but I know if you look at like my first vlog 6 years ago compared to like what I am today, I know you have to be more excited to the point where you're almost not genuine. But I can't just go, do the let's fucking go, baby, woo! I can't do that.
I always think of you more as like a Tom Brokaw of the of the vlogger world, right? Like you have that distinguished newscaster voice.
Yeah, or like Morgan Freeman or Barry White.
Good
or something.
enunciation, articulation.
I'm above average IQ probably.
Okay, there you
If I
go.
had to test, I'd bet on it.
Any takers out there want to bet on this?
I've never done it, but I'll do the men's
That's
test.
a fun prop bet. Well, in this show, we're gonna go back to the beginning.
Okay.
I hope you don't mind. We dig deep.
do it.
Michigan, were you born and raised in Michigan?
Yep.
Where in Michigan?
Just right outside of Detroit, just the suburb.
Okay.
Yeah, just lower.
Auburn Hills.
No, that's for the Palaces. Westland. Just like 10 miles from Detroit.
I remember when I first learned that the Pistons don't play in Detroit, and that they play in like a very ritzy
It is.
neighborhood
It's not. It doesn't
on
make
the
sense.
outskirts. But yeah, so you weren't part of that one.
No, did not live in the nice, super nice neighborhoods, but it's okay. It's all part of growing up.
What did 83?
83, I was born. Yeah.
Okay. What did mom and dad do?
My mom was a secretary for a lawyer, and my dad was a tool and die maker.
A tool and die maker?
Yeah, just like making parts out of metal.
Okay.
Just using machines and for different companies and
Not
stuff.
automotive, like everyone else in Detroit.
No, I think it was like for dental
Okay.
supplies, effectively, just making very intricate pieces.
And an older sister?
Older sister, yep. She does some consulting for lawyers now, hiring, like headhunting, I guess they call it. I don't know. But yeah, she's we're on good terms. Everything's good.
What was growing up in Michigan like? What were you getting into? I imagine you were an athlete. You're a big guy.
Not in the traditional sense. The sport I gravitated towards was bowling.
Bowling.
Yeah, I had a lot of passion for bowling.
Is height an advantage in bowling?
No, it's actually a disadvantage because
Yeah.
you want to get close to the ground on the release, and it's actually that was one of my biggest flaws when I was bowling was not being able to get low enough to the ground. Whereas you're like you want it to just you don't
Right.
want it to go boom boom.
Right.
You want it to just smoothly glide, and it just
People don't realize Pete Weber is only 4'2".
He's pretty. I met Pete Weber. I got a ball from Norm Duke and Pete Weber, and I know a lot of the pro bowlers now. Anthony Simonson, and he plays a little poker. And Brad Miller. They got a very popular vlog as well. Brad and Kyle bowling vlog, over 100,000 subs.
Okay.
Just showing what it's like on the bowling tour.
And you were a good bowler, I'm guessing.
Above average, yeah.
What does that mean? Brag a little bit.
But
You did this your whole life?
On and off. I stopped for maybe 10 years when I moved to Vegas in 2008, and then I set a goal. I was like, I'd really like to be on a bowling league. How do I make that happen? Because you got to know the right people. You got to be on a good team and just network. And I found a real good team.
You're talking about a good team, not just your casual beer
No,
league.
yeah. I wanted to play in the best leagues, the highest stakes. And average in those leagues is around 210, 215.
Okay.
And I was about a 215. So I fit right in, and my team won the South Point Bud Light Championship no scratch in 2020. Unfortunately, with a few weeks left in the season, I injured my finger, and I was unable to continue, but I was there every week for moral support and watched them win it all in the finals in a 5-hour marathon bowl-off.
Have you recovered?
Yeah, the finger's better, but every time I'd go to bowl, it would hurt, and there's some sort of tendon or ligament damage that I'm going to have to look into stem cells or something, so pretty depressing way to end my bowling career, but...
Too much torque? Are you a big spin
exactly.
guy?
It's right here. Just the last second turning of the ball, just all that pressure right here.
I grew up bowling as well. We had a family league. You know, so
casual.
My little sister would bowl it between her legs with both hands and then kind of like motion towards the ball where she wanted it to go. We did that for several years, and then in college, I developed my hook from a ball I inherited. I was about a 190 average in that beer league. I was pretty good at that point, but it was the same thing. So much pain in my finger from that motion that now when I go to bowl, I just bowl the straight ball just because it's easier. I'm not going to pick up that 15 anymore either, you know. I'm fine with the 13 or 12.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight and torque, and it does something to you, and I just tried too hard or didn't have the right form. I even got a bowling coach after I got injured to try to work on my form, work on the grips, everything possible to make it feel better, and I just couldn't find the solution. So I just stopped because my finger was really fucked up at that point.
And you're a real bowler, so you have like your first ball and then you have the spare ball, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. That's the sign of a good bowler, guys. If you're listening, you need 2 balls, of course.
Minimum. I mean, strike ball, you need at least probably 3 different strike balls for the different conditions and how the oil breaks down.
Yeah, I never got into oil patterns. That's when you know you've really gotten there.
That's next level. And I had people that thought it was a myth. They're like, oil doesn't matter, you just throw the ball. Oh no, it's the invisible layer that's going to dictate where your ball's going to go, and you can't see it, but you know it changes over time as you bowl. So
when I was growing up in that league in South Florida, there was a kid who was 13 at the time who bowled a perfect game, and at the time he was the Guinness World Record holder for the youngest.
Wow.
I'm sure now it's been shattered by like a 9-year-old or something.
Probably. There's been multiple 900 series, and yeah.
What's your highest game ever?
I've had 300, but not sanctioned. My highest sanctioned game was a 299.
Wow.
Which is the worst bad beat you can
because that has to come on the final pin.
Yeah, 11 and then 9.
Oh.
As everybody stops, the whole league stops when you get. They all know. Just the word spreads and just silence. You hear a pin drop, which is actually worse because my heart just pounding out of my chest.
Right, because that's the 12th ball.
12th ball, yeah.
Right.
You got the first 11.
Everyone's staring at you. The 12th ball. I can't even believe you hit me in contact with any pins, given the pressure.
Yeah, a video of it. It was a pocket hit, but it was just a little bit light. I didn't put quite enough spin on it, so it didn't finish strong, and I just left the 10 pin, just a weak 10. Could have fell, but it didn't. And
what was the reaction in the room? Did everyone groan, or was it like pretended like they didn't see it?
No!
Brutal.
Yeah.
That's fun, though.
Yeah, and that's what makes me wish I could still bowl so I could get that coveted 300 ring.
Yeah.
And but now it's gonna have to hold off on that until I look at some stem cells.
There's been a couple poker players who were good bowlers over the years. I remember Mike Sexton said he was a good bowler. Matt Savage.
Yeah, I've talked to him about that. Yeah, he's real good.
And then I think back in the day, Jack, the TD at Bellagio, was also a semi-pro bowler at one point as well.
Wow.
Back in the day. Anyway.
Fontana Lounge?
Maybe.
Remember that?
Let's see. Wasn't that the height of poker?
Like 09.
When the players are just playing out there with the Bellagio fountains going off in the background.
Love that spot.
Now get in the basement now.
That's when rake was like 540.
Yeah, exactly.
1,000 plus 40.
Yeah. It was nice. All right, so let's find poker in your story.
Yeah.
When does this happen? We're similar ages. I'm 39. You 39 yet or 40? 40, okay. 40. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When did poker enter the picture for you? I assume moneymaker, right?
Yeah, right around then. High school, senior year of high school, first year of college around then, when my buddy introduced me to limit cash games on party poker. And then from there, I just played like 10 cent, 25 cent, no limit, 4 tables for a while. I was making like $10 an hour. still going to college, still working full-time at a communications company.
Michigan State?
U of M Dearborn.
Okay.
The University of Michigan Dearborn campus. So there's Ann Arbor, Flint. Ann Arbor's the big one. That's where we want to go, but I was rejected due to affirmative action, I can only assume. But that's a whole other. It was. I mean,
I got into college at Florida for a similar reason. So.
Oh, well, it works both ways, I guess.
And it was a similar time. I think they were going to lose some funding if they didn't. So.
Yeah, they're like, no, we got enough Caucasian males. You need better scores. I'm like, all right, well.
There you go. Go off to Dearborn.
They accepted me at Dearborn.
Yeah.
It's the same degree, same diploma, same everything.
What was the plan there?
Business administration with no real set goal, though. I wanted to be a doctor. Senior year of high school, I did the human physiology AP classes and everything, but I was just a little bit too squeamish to it all, and separating myself with the empathy for the patients, while the caring and not caring aspect was very tough for me. So I just couldn't do that. And 11 years of schooling, getting out of high school, 4 + 4 + 3 with the residency just seemed like a big investment, plus all the debts. And I was like, yeah, let's go into business. I'll figure out something. And that was my downfall, because University of Michigan is the only college in Michigan that required calculus for a business administration degree. And I failed calculus 3 times in a row.
Calculus, huh?
Yeah. I was always good at math, but for some reason, like pre-calc and calc, it just messed with my mind where I couldn't comprehend it. Like, this wasn't math anymore. It's just number, like letters and symbols and shit and logs. I'm like, I just couldn't. And
was poker going well enough at the time that this was a distraction?
Poker was a distraction. Smoking a lot of weed with friends made it hard to study, and working, so I had a lot of cookies in the oven. And not to make excuses, but all 3 of my teachers that I failed, they were all foreign. So they all had weird accents, which made it even harder to understand.
They didn't have your newscaster enunciation.
They didn't. I mean, but just getting over the accent and then understanding it, and it was just too much.
I like that you tried 3 different teachers.
Well, I think it was random. I'd assume.
Yeah,
but
it just wasn't going to stick no matter what.
I had to pass it. Like, you had to. And, I didn't. 3 strikes and I was out, and that's when I decided to drop out of high school and quit my job at
college.
Or drop out of college, yeah. Second year. And
although that has happened in the poker world.
Drop out of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea.
No. We do not endorse that at the Card Player media offices, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you drop out of college, and what were you doing for a job meanwhile?
I was a manager of a telemarketing company. Me and my partner Mike, we held a staff of about 20 people, give or take, and just raised funds for for a police organization in Michigan, which wasn't very legitimate. So it kind of weighed on my mind as well.
Okay. Were you good at it? Could you talk people out of their money on the phone?
That's how I got promoted to manager.
There you go.
Youngest manager ever at 19.
There you go.
I was the best salesman. I think partially due to the wordplay that I used in pitching people, just cold calling. It's tough to get people to donate money just from one phone call. They don't know you. There's no number. You're just a person on the phone, and you have to convince them to give money to this organization through various tactics.
Man, what a different world that was back. I mean, it's still happening today, but they're targeting grandmas. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there was a lot of. I mean, so let's say you're a grandma.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mrs. Jones, I'd like for you to donate $15 to help support the cause, safety for the kids, police. And she says, no, I'm on a fixed income. And we'd say, wow, the last guy I talked to had no income at all. How about 15? Yeah. Just ruthless. I like the tactics we use. But I learned a lot about sales too, like, don't repeat negatives, answer a question with a question. The 3 S's.
Yeah.
Like, your name's Julio, you like poker, you want to get $15. Boom, boom, boom.
It's all that Dale Carnegie shit, right? How to win friends and influence people, like the little tricks. People like hearing their own name back to them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
There's different ways. It's behavioral manipulation, but that's a great skill to have out in the world when you're not
in everyday life, it carries over as long as you use it in an ethical manner.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
And I think I got away from that and pursued the ethical profession of online poker.
There you go. A nice upgrade for you.
Yeah, I just had so much passion for it, and if I could enjoy it and make money at the same time, it was just great, and I would just grind so many hours. A lot of my friends were concerned about me because my sleep schedule's all fucked up. I'm just playing as much as humanly possible because I'm making money and I'm having fun. And that's when I realized they'd say, you're addicted. And then I realized that the difference between an addiction and a good hobby is whether or not you're profitable or if it's a net negative out of your life. And if you're winning, it's a good thing. If you're losing, that's your problem, gambler.
Right. There's plenty of people addicted to yoga, but that's probably for a good thing.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's all the lens through which you view it, right?
True. But you still got to be able to sleep at night and have accountability for your actions.
We did have a question. What was the worst job you have before poker? I'm guessing that was it, right?
No, my first job. You remember Boston Market?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they not around anymore?
I don't think so.
Wow, okay.
Maybe they are.
I don't know.
Any Boston Market eaters in the chat?
It's basically Thanksgiving every day at Boston Market.
Yeah, no, I lasted 3 days there. That's my first job.
3 days?
Well, the third day they made me do dishes the whole time. And it was just so disgusting, like the smell and just the hot water and the steam and just the crusty mac and cheese. And then, I still remember the manager's daughter came back and started, needling me. She's like, oh, you having fun? You like washing dishes?
Jesus.
I'm just like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Of course I'm not having fun. Are you serious? And she started laughing. And I said something not so nice to her. And I didn't realize she was the manager's daughter either.
Yeah.
So he came over and said something mean to my daughter. And she's needling me for washing dishes.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't think this is the right job for you. I'm like, I don't think so either.
Well, at least he told you before you finished the dishes.
No, I put in a full. It was the end. It was.
Oh, brutal!
It was a full shift. It was towards the end. I was at my breaking point. It was like 9:30 or something.
Brutal. All right. So when does poker kind of take off for you? The next step.
Because
in another interview, you said that you turned pro with only 10,000 to your name.
Approximately, yeah. That's when I packed up. I had an apartment with my buddy in Michigan from 19 to 25, and when I was 25, I decided that I could live in Las Vegas for the same price, and I just like it a lot more. And I was traveling there every other month to play just $100 tournaments just for the love of the game and just losing money for travel and hotels. So I was like, yeah, I could just live there. I know a poker dealer that has an extra room in a house, $600 a month. Let's take a leap, everything in the U-Haul, 2,000-mile drive, 10 grand in the bank account. And I just got back for the first time right before that online, so I had some more cushion, effectively, some more funding for live tournaments where I could go into makeup if need be. And I just ran super hot in 2008 and 2009 and dropped my backer because I had plenty of money at that point. And yeah, I never really went broke. Came close. But yeah, just good bankroll management and not martingaling or degenning in the pits or any vices, any major vices that Vegas has to offer. And yeah, here we are.
You mentioned not degenning, and you seem like a very disciplined guy.
Yeah, you could say that.
Has that always been the case, or does that come after some missteps?
No, I've never really had a gambling or drinking problem or anything. I did stop drinking about 4 years ago, but it was for health issues more so. It wasn't that I was a raging alcoholic that made bad decisions, which is a thing. Alcohol is a huge problem in America. Over half of police calls. I went on a ride along with an officer because I was thinking about getting into law enforcement when I was out here too, when poker wasn't going so well. Was that a backup plan? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And wait, talk about this. Was this a big downswing where you were just like, I need to get out? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was near rock bottom, where I still remember. I talked about this on the Ace Holes podcast I was on last month with Nikki and Caitlin. And I said, I remember specifically, every day I'd grind online and I'd just lose $1,000 a day. In buy-ins, just Just total.
Yeah.
Like, and every day just 1,000. I'm like, wow, this is pretty consistent. I'm like, eventually I'll win. No, just another 1,000. I'm like, I'm going to run out of thousands pretty soon. And then I realized, hey, I could not play and then not lose $1,000. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Or I could get a job, not lose $1,000, and actually make $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And I had to leave.
15 an hour. Wow.
Better than losing.
You must have really been at rock bottom.
Sign me up. Just the mentality of it.
Yeah. Anything's a positive. As long as it's not negative, it's a huge positive. Right?
I can't lose.
Yeah.
No matter what, I can't. Am I going to get fired? Okay. They're not going to take my money. But that was just a big poker downswing. Maybe I was running bad, maybe I was playing bad, probably a combination. And that's when I got the ride along with the Henderson Police Department and learned a lot about hookers, drugs, violence, crimes, domestic disturbances. We went on all the calls, fire on the side of the street, and they told me over half their calls and reports are alcohol-based, either DUI, domestic disturbance, fight at a bar. And it's a big problem. People don't want to really address it compared to, how they say how bad marijuana is. But I think it's pretty clear marijuana is a better net positive for society than alcohol. But marijuana is still illegal in a lot of places and a Schedule I drug for the feds.
And it's kind of like you said about medicine, too. It's another job that requires you to turn off the humanity side of your brain a little bit.
Yeah,
shield yourself just from the despair.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a doctor, doing prescription drugs and doing surgeries and all the problems. I mean, people don't go to the hospital if everything's good. They got a fucking major problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's tough. I got nothing but respect for nurses, doctors, stuff like that. It's a tough job.
So having a look around, what would you rate poker on a scale of 1 to 10 as a profession?
Ooh, in what aspect?
Just
overall?
Compared to all the other, obviously, candy and toy tester, #1 job in the world. 10 out of 10 when you're 8 years old.
Yeah, astronaut. When people ask me about how they can become a professional poker player, I tell them not to. I say, odds are you're not going to make it, and even if you do make it, you're probably going to be pretty miserable due to all the downswings and mental problems and just especially tournaments, just dealing with losing, just expecting to lose 90+% of the time, depending if you count a min cash as a loss or not. I just don't.
There are poker players who count second place as a loss in their heads.
Yeah, no, that's first loser.
Yeah,
that guy beat you. You didn't win. You lost. So I mean, not to hate on poker, it's a great game, but I'd recommend it as a hobby and just be great at your profession. Play with your friends. Go to the casino. Play in Vegas when you're on vacation. But unless you're very lucky, like I've been through sponsorships and the YouTube vlogs and stuff, it's just not steady enough income to be sustainable, and it's going to cause you so much stress and despair in your life.
Yeah, I always tell people the same thing. Keep it as a hobby. Poker is a fun game, and when you turn it into a job, which only a certain select few crazy people in the world have the brain for, then it becomes less fun. So keep it fun. Go to your home games. Come to the World Series.
Yeah.
Give your money to the pros like Jeff.
Yeah, it's all about the balance,
And leave with a smile on your face.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of pros like to berate the Rex if they get make a bad play or whatever. They're a big whale. They're winning. They can come here and lose this money, and it doesn't affect them. We need to win this money. So who's really winning,
There you go.
Never
all right,
great.
so let's talk about starting the channel and the vlogging aspect of your career. When did that start, and why?
It started, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago now. Time flies. It's always farther away than you think. Like, we've been friends for 5 years. Feels like I've only known him a year. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It all started because I got a GoPro as a birthday present, and I would take my dogs to the park every day, and I would just hit the GoPro and film them playing at the park. and I found out I could upload this to my iPhone and use iMovie and throw some edits on it. So my dog jumps midair, catches a ball with a sprinkler going in the background. That's a beautiful scene. Slow that baby down, throw some, classical music. And I just not fell in love with editing, but I thought editing was really cool, which over time, not very, very tedious and time consuming and frustrating. But initially I was like, wow, this is cool. I just added music and I'd show the clip to my mom, and she's like, oh, great, I'm glad you and the dogs are having a good time. I'm glad I get to see what you guys are doing. And then I heard, I think it was Nemi, maybe a month. I think I started a month or two after Nemi started his vlog.
And Andrew Nemi, for those listening, is considered the vlog father, as they call him, right?
Yeah, he's very good.
The pioneer of vlogging, but you were right there.
Yeah, and then Brad started a little bit after me. He was asking me for tips on how to film at the table and stuff. You can see in my early videos, he's in the comments. And yeah, I didn't really expect people to watch it. And once I started getting more numbers, I didn't even like it. Like, it was almost an invasion of privacy, because I'm pretty introverted, I guess.
You're like, this is for my mom.
It is. It was for my mom, just to show her, hey, you can watch the YouTube video. I played a tournament at the Win. I won it. This is how I did it. And luckily, when I started the vlog, I went on the sickest heater. If you look at Hendon Mob from 2017 in the winter, I won the Win 200 rebuy 3 weeks in a row, every Saturday. And then I won a Venetian, and then I final tabled Bellagio, PLO, and it was nothing but, all I did was final table or win, everything for a few months. And people are like, oh, why don't you show the losses? I'm like, this is all I'm playing.
Yeah, it was everything.
I don't have time to lose. All I do is fucking win. I mean, they weren't huge, 10 grand here, 5 grand, whatever, 15. But it just added up. And I definitely think there's a correlation there with the process of vlogging and performing better, because it's almost like you're pep talking yourself. You're setting the scene. Okay, we're pulling up at the Win. We're starting with 20,000 chips. We're going to have dinner at 6:15, and I'm going to bag and tag it around midnight, and we're going to come back tomorrow. Just saying that.
Putting it into the universe.
As much as people don't agree with that, I'm not really into any of that woo-woo stuff, but I think there's definitely an effect, just that positive mental.
It doesn't make it magical, but it helps your own mindset.
It almost makes it more possible in a way. Just put it out there. And I think there's really something behind that. And
not to mention, I bet the fact that you're filming is making you way more disciplined in your play. Because you're going to have to justify this later.
Exactly. And I've never fabricated a hand. I've never omitted a bad hand. I show it all, good, bad, and ugly. And I think that's one of the things people like the most about my vlogs, is that I've showed pretty much every tournament I've ever played. So you get an idea of what it's like to play tournaments where 90% of the time, 85% of the time, you don't even cash. You just lose 100% of your investment. And I kind of wish I didn't do it, because it was so much work to do all those, especially during the World Series this year. But people enjoy the realness of it, whereas just showing the wins would get better views and make people happy. Everybody loves a happy ending, but showing the reality of it, people appreciate too, because I'm not afraid to show my bad plays and even admit the bad logic I used or whatever. And people think that's refreshing. And most vlogs are cash games anyway, so I think I have my own niche in the tournament area.
The other benefit, I guess, of editing all these yourself is that you get to review your own play every single time. I mean, no one does that. I mean, only the best players do that. But for those listening out on this podcast, they definitely don't do that. And
yeah,
can you talk about how beneficial that is?
Yeah, I edited everything on my iPhone. For the first 5 years, probably. I recently got editors on and off. It's tough to find a good editor, but I got some good ones now. But even that's still a process, going back and forth with the revisions and making sure it's your vision that they're creating, and everything has to be right. But yeah, they can do way better than I can with their editing software, so it's a win-win. But when you said going back and rewatching it, that just sparks all the pain of rewatching every loss and editing it and just reliving it. It's not until you are editing a win that it feels good, that you're like, it's like watching the game-winning shot. that you
Right.
made.
Instead of the miss.
Instead of the miss. Well, rewatch you brick this three-pointer for the win and let your whole team down 10 times in a row in different scenarios, and then put it on the internet and respond to the comments how you had a terrible shot.
Yeah.
Compared to, oh, you won. Well played. Oh, you lost. You suck. It's like, okay. And yeah, that was the process. I put out hundreds of videos, and yeah, luckily about 6 years ago, I got a deal with ACR as their first team pro, and that's helped the process.
You talked them into that one, right?
Kinda, I guess.
How'd that work? So how did it go?
They, Ricardo, one of the ACR employees, good friend of mine, just reached out to me on Twitter. This is about 7 years ago I started the vlog, because 6 years ago in December he reached out to me and just said, hey, our site ACR is hosting a $500 $1 million tournament. We'd like for you to retweet, and we'll give you a ticket so you can play it. I was like, I just got to retweet it, we get $500, okay. And I did it, no big deal. And then that could have been it, but I remember I specifically said, it's a pretty decent site. Who are your site pros? And they said, we don't have any site pros. I'm like, every poker site has some site pros. I could be a site pro. And they're like, all right, let's do something.
Nice.
So that was like a big moment in my life where just putting forth the effort to ask for what you want just makes it infinitely more likely it's going to happen. And I like equated this to...
You cold called them.
Basically. Oh, no, they cold called me first, but then I hit them with the rebuttal.
There you go.
The follow-up or the...
You were the old lady reversal.
Close the deal. But it's just like your crush in high school, the girl you think is unattainable. You don't know until you know.
She was so hot, no one ever asked her to prom.
But she liked all these guys, but she was lonely.
Yeah.
Because she was just too hot, and everybody was scared of her and intimidated. And I found something similar happened to me at my job, where like the hottest girl ever was interested in me, and I didn't know it. And then I found out, I was like, wow, wish there was more clear communication.
Yeah.
And that's why like online dating apps are so popular, because there's no
swipe right.
Yeah, there's no
Swipe left.
fear of rejection. Just boom, boom, boom.
Everyone makes their intentions known up front.
Yeah, you got the green light.
There
or
you
not.
go.
It's great, the best icebreaker.
Okay, so let's talk about streaming online poker, because that's part of your deal with ACR, right?
Yeah,
that's a lot different, obviously, than pulling out a live vlog in a casino.
Yeah, there's more content. Streaming a lot easier because everything's right there. You don't have to recreate the hands. It's just the clips, and then my editor just puts the Twitch highlights on my YouTube channel, so it's real efficient to get the content out there. And I'm just a big fan of efficiency. I like to get shit done, and if you can kill two birds with one stone, I'm all for it.
What do you prefer, playing live or grinding online?
Online for sure. Just historically, just once again efficiency. 10 tournaments versus one tournament. A few hundred hands an hour versus 20 hands an hour. Travel, traffic. Just it's not as efficient, but the thrill of victory live is greater than online. But it's just so much more rare, so it doesn't really add up.
Yeah. Do you get to play without thinking about content creation ever these days, or is it always in the back of your mind about what will this be good for?
Yeah, unfortunately, it does take up a lot of my brain, and I've missed a lot of like key moments in my life because I just got my phone out recording. But on the other end, now I got it recorded that I can rewatch that great moment. But it's always there, chip up, or I usually only film if I'm all in. I don't have like the whole card cam. I don't think it's really necessary. So just like big all in spots, and just the progression of chip stack, just as the tournament goes. Then B-rolls, talk about some hands on break, and just let them live vicariously what it's like to play a $400 tournament at the Win, and people really like that.
Yeah, but there's that little switch in your brain that's going, okay, what will be a good shot? Where's the angle I can get to get this backdrop perfectly for the intro?
Yeah, I think you have to. That creative, artistic side has to come out.
You become like your own producer walking around playing poker.
Yeah, and it's just second nature now, so it's not weird, walking and talking into my phone, and casinos don't really care. Security doesn't approach me. The floor men at various casinos, like I got. Luckily this year, Aria and MGM did the apply to be an influencer or whatever, so you can So you can film slots or poker, and it's no problem.
Yeah.
And I went through that whole process, which was tons of questions. Shout out Sean McCormick. And I got it done, and I was able to film at Aria, and I didn't even have any problems with the World Series. Or I think they pretty much accepted it, that it's a net positive for their businesses.
Yeah, free promotion.
It really is.
How could it hurt?
Yeah, unless you're just dogging them.
Right.
Like,
then we got to say something.
Like the Venetian probably wouldn't want me recording there because I got like nothing but bad to say.
There you go. All right, so let's talk about the high of being a YouTube content creator, though, right? Do you ever sit there and watch the numbers as they come in for a video release, or?
Yeah, you sweat them a bit. You got to figure out what works and what doesn't.
You just released a big video today, right?
Today, yeah, the biggest cash of my life at the Triton Vietnam Stop 25K Turbo. And yeah, I put that out today and should be getting good numbers. The people like to see you win. The numbers show big wins get big views. Min cash is not so much.
That's just the way it is, right? Everyone wants to see big wins.
Yeah.
It's tough in tournaments. It only happens a certain number of times.
It's so rare, but yeah, I get it. It makes sense. So yeah, check that video out on my YouTube channel, Triton Vlog number 4. I played 4 events when I was in there. I won the 100K package with the ACR competition.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Right, you are an ACR pro, and as such, you were eligible for this high stakes adventure, right?
Yeah.
So what is that, and how does it work?
The first time Phil Nagy, CEO of ACR, came up with the idea of he wanted all of us to eventually be able to play high rollers and experience the VIP lifestyle, as he calls it. So he came up with an idea where we compete. The first time for Triton Vietnam, there's 3 packages given out between 14 team pros, and we had to play online. We had to do social influence numbers and create content and all this stuff over a month. And at the end, me, Ape Styles, and Monica won the packages, and we all went to Vietnam. And we had $100,000 to play with. And unfortunately, the tournaments are like minimum $25,000, so it's not too many tournaments. And I actually used my whole 100K, as you can see in this vlog, on 3 previous events: a 50K, a 30K, and a 25K.
Prior to that, what was the biggest buy-in you'd played?
I played
the 10K.
I play the 10K main every year. I've played World Poker Tour 10Ks, not a ton. I played a 25K here once. Bad idea. Bad idea.
It did not go well.
I was a fish among the sharks.
Right. Well, Triton is also full of shark-infested waters.
True. Right. Very, very.
There was a strong chance you'd be winning just a trip to Vietnam and not much money.
Very, very likely I get 0 back, but Phil also offers to buy half your action too.
Cool. So you took him up on that?
Yeah. So automatic $50,000 win.
Nice.
And then free rolling half of my action and everything else. But I lost the first 100K, and then we were just chilling, and then there was a 25K turbo, and I'm like, well, I'm never going to play this. But I was like, what if I sold 90% on Twitter?
Yeah.
Then it's a 2,500.
Yeah.
No markup.
That's totally reasonable.
And I put it on Twitter, and like 10 minutes later, I took a shower, and I came out, and in our group chat, Phil said, I'm putting everybody in the 25K for 25% free roll.
There you go. That's way better than 10%.
Like, okay. So me, Ape, and Monica, and I think Anna Marquez as well, all got in there for free, and me and Anna final tabled it.
Nice.
So all worked out. A good ending to the trip to Vietnam, and I'm not much of a travel guy, but had to do it.
Right, that's it, because you moved to Vegas pretty much so you wouldn't have to travel ever again.
Yeah, it tilts me real hard, like you said, being tall in airplanes and just people and noises and.
Yeah, you're a homebody.
It's an inefficient process. I can efficiently get everything I need done at my house in Vegas.
Are you a robot? Maybe that's where that discipline comes in.
Yeah.
You hate the inefficiency.
Part cyborg, yeah.
I heard on the other podcast that you also never lie, which is another robotic thing.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I do not lie.
Never.
No, I'll not answer a question.
Maybe you're not a robot. Maybe you are. What's what's Spock's species again in Star Trek? Because he can't lie either.
Klingon? No.
Klingon. That seems right.
No, that's like I've never really watched Star Trek.
Me
much.
neither. Me neither. Wookiee. I think it's Wookiee. Let's just piss off everyone listening.
Wookiee, isn't that?
It is. It's a Star Wars reference. I'm just upsetting listeners.
Oh, I'm thinking Star Trek.
It is Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Vulcan.
Vulcan. There
He
we
was
go.
a Vulcan. That's right,
V.
because he had the Vulcan death grip or whatever.
No.
Vulcans can never lie. Maybe you're from there.
No, it's a choice. Just easier way of living. I've been down the lying path before. It's just too much to remember. Too many lies you get caught in, and then people lose trust in you. And I just don't associate with people that lie.
Yeah.
I just can't trust them.
Well, if you see Jeff at the table and he's betting, just fold. He's not allowed to bluff.
Or just ask him, are you bluffing?
No, there you go.
You got it?
I remember John.
Yeah.
All right. So I assume you're still trying to win more high-stakes adventures and see more of the world.
Yeah, I won the second one as well to go to Cyprus. Me and Rob Kuhn went to Cyprus. We were the two winners. We tied. And then the next one was London, which I lost by the narrowest of margins to Bet on Drew. And that was all the World Series grind, which, I mean, got nothing but love for Bet on Drew. But for him to beat me in the way he did was just... He final tabled the flip and go event.
Oh, brutal.
As the final score to get ahead
Brutal.
of me. Like... You couldn't have wrote it any crazier just for me to get screwed. And he needed 8th place or 7th place, and that's exactly what he got.
Wow.
And yeah,
on the nose.
The fucking Chinese poker flip and go rake fest. One hand, $120 a man or $110. Just boom, boom, just printing. And I had to play it to try to beat him. I fired 8 bullets.
8 bullets.
He fired
brutal.
3. He got in on his 3rd and last bullet. I just stopped at 8. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah,
because I was still.
You're going to spend 50 to win another 50.
I said I was going to. I told him ahead of time. I said I'm in for 20 grand. If you want to play this, we can just not play. And he's like, no, I'm good. Like, how many bullets are you going to fire? He goes, 2 or 3. I'm like, I'm going to fire 20.
Wow.
You shouldn't play this. I'm going to get even farther ahead of you.
He must have thought he was very, very lucky that day.
That's what he said. He said, no, I'm feeling lucky. Like, I'm feeling math. Math says this is a bad financial decision
this
for
not
both
compute.
of us. I don't want to lose 20 grand to make day 2. And we're probably just going to min cash, even if we're lucky enough to get in. You're not going to final table this. Gets exactly enough to just beat me, the exact pay jump, and then I brick everything for the next 5 days of the World Series. And
how did he do in London?
He cashed for like 60,000 or something.
All right.
And Party got a cash too. So Drew and Party went to London. And then the 4th one was the most recent one, which was to Monte Carlo, which just happened, and Apollo and Loncar won those. And I did really well in the poker, but apparently they did not think my social media game was on point, and they gave me a horrible score.
It's like getting judged at the Olympics.
Well, got a lot to say about that, but let's just say a sample size of 4 people, probably not a good indicator of how good your content is. But
and this is for those listening, this is a real grind for you, right? Like, what is this? Yeah. What does it take to do this? Like, what's your schedule?
I think I mentioned my schedule in the ASOLs podcast. Wake up at 7, gym at 8, walk the dogs at 9:30, shower and eat 10, start playing at 10:30, grind till midnight or whenever the last table's done.
Man.
While doing social media stuff, while 12 tabling. I played 130,000 hands in 1 month. I lost $35,000 in the process because it was your top 10 scores in terms of multiplier for the online portion. So $11 tournament, you win $1,000. That's 100x, and that's the max. So you get 100x's, you just win. And I got second in the poker portion. And leaderboards, I got second. And in the heads up, I lost in the second round. And then the socials they gave me, the judges really hated. Maybe they didn't hate my content. They kept saying how good everybody else's content was. So the bar was very high. And, I just wasn't good enough. And Loncar and DePaulo, who've never been before, congrats to them. They made it. And I'm sure that they had the time of their life, and they deserved that experience. Unfortunately, they both bricked all their events, but the memories are priceless. They both took their girls there, their wives, and I've been living vicariously through them as they enjoy Triton Monte Carlo.
What's the next one going?
Allegedly, Jeju.
Jeju, yeah. That'd be a fun trip.
South Korea.
Are you going to push hard for this one too, or?
I'm a little jaded from losing this one, to tell you. Actually, the last two by the smallest of margins, apparently. And I mean, I feel like I got to go for it. $100,000 for a month of working 18 hours a day seems fair.
Get back on that grind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm known as a grinder. That's for sure. They say I'm the hardest working guy they know. So it's a great compliment. Better than luckiest guy.
There we go. We got some rapid fire questions to close it out. If you're ready to go.
Boom.
You do not need to rapid fire answer.
Oh, okay.
But
I think
it's what we call it. Do you have any hidden talents other than bowling? Could also come back to it.
Yeah.
Best shot you ever took
in poker?
In life. Could be poker.
Best shot I ever took. Wow. These are good questions. It's a lot of life to think about.
Moving to Vegas, I guess, is its own shot.
Probably. Yeah, probably. That was a big shot. It could have ended poorly. Lose all the money, head back home, try to get back into a community college and find another job. That would have been pretty bad. Yeah, definitely my shot of moving to Vegas in 2008. And, just having a backer that believed in me and a good core group of friends when I moved out here to support me. And, grateful it all worked out, although it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows.
Is it true you're sponsored by a strip club?
Not sponsored. I'm an affiliate for the Peppermint Hippo, which people get the misconstrued idea of me being like addicted to porn or just going to strip clubs every week. That's not true at all. I might go to a strip club once or twice a year for birthdays or something. I'm pretty happy I even made this happen. It's not easy to do, but a lot of people hit me up in DMs that watch my vlogs and such and say, hey, I'm coming to Vegas. What's the best strip club? What's the best steakhouse? And I'd say, well, I don't know. I'm not really deep in the strip club game. I'm sure they're all decent, depends on what you like. And steakhouses, they're all pretty good. I mean, I like SW, John George's, one at Resorts World's good. But then I started thinking, well, I'm sending all these people to strip clubs. People get, like, even cabbies and Uber drivers get kickbacks for bringing people to strip clubs. Maybe I should get affiliated with a strip club. And then my masseuse, her husband was a host at the Peppermint Hippo. And so that was my in to talk to the manager at Peppermint Hippo, who turns out went to the same high school as me in Michigan.
Weird.
2 years, I think 2 years ahead of me.
Small world.
The owner, manager of Peppermint Hippo, same exact high school, small city, and just got to know them, and just said, yeah, I'll promote. Say use promo code Boski, you get free cover and free transportation, which is going to save you a lot of money because I'll get you like $50 on each otherwise. And they allowed me to meet some people they had there, like CJ Miles, she's a famous porn star, and Diaz brothers came through there right after the fight.
UFC fighters?
Yeah. And got to meet them. I did a video on my YouTube channel, just like the promo video with the Diaz brothers were there. And I shot the video with CJ Miles in my 0 to 60 Tesla compilation of a bunch of famous poker players and such. And it's not a huge deal. I mean, I'm not making a ton of money off it. I just think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's a fun little thing you get to drop,
Yeah, I mean, affiliate. I need to get a steakhouse affiliate deal so I can get some free steak dinners. Like, I don't even want money, just let me get some free steak dinners I'll send people.
Well, we're actually the #1 podcast for Vegas steakhouses. Oh. So all you Vegas steakhouse owners that are listening, hit up Jeff. He's looking for a favorite.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Put me on the payroll. Let me get those comps.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how normal are you?
2.
2. Okay, that's a very
Is
honest
10,
answer.
Is 10 really normal?
I think it would be abnormal to say you're 10. For anybody to claim that they themselves is 10.
Wait, that's a weird scale. Like 5's normal? Normal.
Oh, okay.
Like
You're right.
Okay.
I should reword this
Yeah.
question. Now I realize I've been phrasing it
Yeah.
incorrectly to everybody. Let's say 1 being abnormal, 10 being the most normal.
Oh no, probably 3.
Okay. Didn't change much.
Yeah. Well, no, it's funny. Katie Lindsay just told me the other day.
Fellow ACR team pro.
Yeah.
Katie
Well,
Lindsay.
when I did the Ace Holes podcast, she lives across the street.
Oh, okay.
Like, right there.
Okay.
I'm like, what? She just lives right here. And I was like, let's surprise her. So I knocked on her door, and she didn't look at the Ring doorbell. Mm-hmm. She thought it was a FedEx or something or UPS coming, and she opened the door and just saw me, and she goes, "Ah! What are you doing here?" Like, I wish I wish I was videoing this. Just her reaction was great.
Funny.
She goes, "I always look at the camera. I always look at the camera," and you disappear. I was because they joke around about me being a serial killer too. For me to show up at her house, like I'm.
It's all that honesty, I think.
What?
Serial killer behavior.
Oh,
Just
kill
always
him.
telling the truth.
Kill them with kindness.
That's funny. Do you collect anything?
Yeah, Magic cards.
Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, Magic, vintage graded Magic.
Were you a
Gathering.
big time player back in the day?
Yeah, from like 94 till 2000, it pretty much consumed my life.
Really?
Yeah.
How good were you? Were you like at Bryn Kenny levels, Eric Froelich, David Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I won the 1999 Junior Super Series in Florida.
Why did that come up in your hidden talents question?
Is that a hidden talent? I mean, Magic
Did not come up in my research.
Magic's a skill. If you Google Jeff Magic the Gathering, you'll see a picture of me holding the big check.
Oh.
From when I was 15 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. But then I quit and sold everything in 2000 because I needed money for a car. And it's historically like a nerdy thing. And not
a very popular pathway for poker players.
Very, very similar skill sets, strategy-wise. It's all heads up. And
Nacho Barbera also, right?
Yeah.
He was like world #1 at one point.
Yeah, I talked to Nacho a lot about Magic. He final tabled the Triton 25K Turbo as well. He knocked me out, actually. So.
Oh, well, fuck him then.
Yeah. The year of the Nacho.
He was on the podcast back in April, I believe, telling his crazy stories.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he lives a wild life.
That's cool. Okay. And what was your largest non-poker wager?
Wow.
Are you a degen
No.
in the pits?
No.
Sports bettor? Prop bettor? Weight loss bettor?
I really don't make big bets.
Discipline, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, maybe a few $100s.
Discipline. If you could download one skill instantly, like in the Matrix, what are you picking?
Lonkar was just talking about this, and he says teleportation would be his number one.
I don't know if that's a skill, more than a superpower, but
okay.
it works.
Oh,
it works.
Oh, you mean like jiu-jitsu or,
It could be dancing for all I care. It could be a great eye for photography. It could be cooking.
I mean, mind reading, obviously. Mm-hmm. Great in poker, so you know what they have all the time. You know what they're thinking.
That's the most profitable one.
That'd be a good one. I know teleporting isn't good, but that'd be real efficient for me since I hate flying.
That'd be the best superpower for sure, I think. Just to save time and never have to deal with anything.
Yeah, people like invisibility, though. That's kind of weird.
You could teleport into a bank vault, teleport right back out. Never have to worry about money again.
Well, they don't have money in there anyway.
Well,
it's all gone.
Yeah. Teleport into the freezer and get those steaks you like.
Yeah. A5.
Boski is not your real name.
It is not.
Sluzinski is your real name.
Correct.
Is that just because it's a mouthful to say you dropped it?
Well, rule number one is you can never give yourself a nickname.
That is an important rule.
Never. If someone hits you and says, "Hi, I'm Big Dick Danny," you can't just come up with that.
No,
you got to earn it.
Yeah, and if you move to a new town, you can't even tell. Other people used to call me that. Now you got to get a whole new nickname.
You got it. Yeah. No, it was just a mild progression. Like senior year of high school, based, I believe, mostly behind the WWE, WWF wrestler Val Venus, the big Val Boski at that time, whose character was a male porn star, which I just thought was hilarious.
I remember this.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big WWF guy in my teen years, but I remember it was huge back then with the high school crowd. All
Right.
the boys loved WWEF.
Stone Cold.
I don't know what it was at that point.
It was still WWF.
Okay.
They changed it.
But I remember being invited to plenty of like Valentine's Day Massacre pay-per-view events and
NWO.
like. Exactly. Okay, so this was based on a character.
Yeah, and somehow my affection for this character and my last name, Polish, Boski, I believe Ludacris's song Drop Bows on Him was popular at that time, and that was kind of my move in the Canadian clubs because you had to be 19 to go to Canada across the border.
Oh.
And it just kind of happened. And as mentioned I think in the ASOL's podcast, is I never knew it actually had a meaning. I thought it was just like a word. But if you look it up, it's Polish for godlike. Or divine. Like, wow.
Not run godlike?
No, definitely not. Oh, here's a fun fact for you.
Yeah.
Did you look up how many World Series of Poker final tables I have?
I did not, no.
That's because I have 0.
Oh. I don't think they keep stats for 0. I think you have to record them before they give you the stat.
But just the odds of that, playing a pretty full schedule for almost 20 years, pretty disheartening.
You also have a bad record in the main event.
Very bad.
Yeah.
1 min cash over 18 years, 18 times.
Yep.
And that just comes with the territory at the World Series. I don't even want to. That one's tough to. I'm trying to win. Just a 1K.
There's variance, but
Huge
there's
fields,
also
huge fields.
Like, do you feel like there's a mental block there?
I don't think so. I mean, I got 10th, I got 12th, I got 14th.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time.
It's all about that timing.
Look for 2024 when Jeff wins 4 bracelets.
Yeah, I'm due.
It's definitely happening.
Fucking locked and loaded, ready to go.
They're just some. They're like players who are better at one tour over another or another format over another. I mean, but the World Series is like, that minefield of every event is massive.
Massive.
So it's very easy to go over and feel like the worst ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I run good at the win, though.
That's your favorite spot?
I do run very well.
That is where you got your most recent win at the win.
Yeah.
The win fun. At the win.
No chop, no swap.
Who was your celebrity crush growing up?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a tie between Topanga, Kelly Kapowski.
Wow, you just named my top 2. We were the same age almost.
Danielle Fishel, maybe.
Yeah.
Winnie
Tiffany
Cooper.
Amber Thiessen.
Yeah, Winnie
and Danielle Fishel.
Yeah, Kelly Kapowski. Yeah, Kelly Kapowski, Danielle Fishel.
Yeah, those were probably my top 2 choices. And then a weird thing for Jessica Rabbit.
Oh,
when I was much younger.
Animated.
I know, but I was a kid. They were murdering tunes in that movie, so I might as well.
That was a fucked up movie.
Be attracted to one.
What was that movie called?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, with that evil guy that his face melts or whatever.
Christopher Lloyd, who played the.
Yeah.
He was dipping those. Spoiler. He was dipping those tunes in acid or whatever.
You ever see Cool World?
Cool World, I remember.
Similar. The cartoon. Brad
There were a
Pitt.
few movies where they tried to combine. What was the one they just did recently? Oh, Rescue Rangers. The Chippendale Rescue Rangers was like half live action, half animated, like a throwback.
Never seen that.
Anyway, kids got it better these days. They got more stuff. Who would you pick if you could name the entertainment for the Super Bowl halftime show?
Lil Dicky.
Who's Lil Dicky?
What? It's the greatest rapper ever.
Oh, I'm not a rap guy. You're gonna have to explain.
He's a Jewish comedic rapper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna troll the entire Super Bowl.
No, he's got some hits. He's got some hard beats.
It's not like a Weird Al Yankovic situation.
Yeah, but more legit. Okay. Not as comedic. More actual good rap with good beats and like innovative, witty lyrics. Like I like his first album, So Hard.
Lil Dicky so hard.
Yeah. There's a lot of penis references in every song too.
Lil Dicky so hard. That's funny.
Check it out. I'll send you the link to the So Hard mixtape.
Who is your celebrity doppelganger? Or growing up, did people tell you look like somebody?
I've gotten it a lot. Originally, it was like Ben Affleck.
Okay.
But
that's a compliment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good-looking guy. J-Lo.
Yeah.
Recently, I mean, people will they see me on YouTube and Twitch so much, I guess their brains just say, oh, who does he look like? And I've gotten Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
Talk about animated characters.
Yeah. And Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, not as flattering as a.
No.
You're still at least 20 years away from looking like Kevin
younger
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey or John Mulaney. No.
Okay, I could see it in the.
He was in some show. I don't even know.
See it in the show, in the eyebrows and the.
Is he from The Office or something?
No, John Mulaney's a stand-up, but he was a writer on SNL for many years.
I don't know.
But he's a stand-up comedian with a cocaine problem.
Oh, not me.
Very funny though. Great specials. I was gonna say Chad Brown from poker. I don't know if you ever got to meet Chad before he passed.
Yeah.
But I could see maybe in 10 years you looking like he did.
I need to bulk up.
Yeah, he was a muscular
big.
guy, tall guy as well.
Married to Vanessa Russo.
He was, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your most prized possession?
Wow.
Your place is on fire. You got to grab something.
I mean, probably the 1999 Junior Super Series championship trophy.
There you go.
I envision that too. Like, it's kind of weird to say, but kind of like the vlogging thing. I remember flying there with my uncle because I was 15. The couple next to us asked us what we're doing going to Florida. Like, oh, you're going to Disney World? I'm like, yeah, kind of. I'm going to play a Magic tournament. 64 enter. Hopefully I win. And they're like, all right, good luck. And then I remember before the tournament started, they had the trophy in like a case in the convention hall, so you just look at it. And I just remember just looking at it, and I'm just like, I'm gonna win that. And I did.
That's cool.
And I won $10,000, which you could use for college scholarship or cash if you're just enrolled in college.
Yeah.
Which is gone.
You used it for your poker bankroll.
No, I needed it. I didn't have any other scholarships other than like the 2,500 MEEP.
Were there future poker players in that tournament? Do you remember? Or do you remember playing against them on the circuit at all?
No, not too many really crossovered from that specific tournament. It was 15 to 17 was my age group for the Junior Super Series. But yeah, I'd grab that trophy and yeah, it's real special. I mean, I got the win trophies. Yeah, trophies are great. More, we're still talking to ACR about doing more trophies for like special events. Just mail them out to people. You know,
people love that.
People love it. I even talked to Win about for their daily events. There are no trophies. You know, the 200s or whatever. Just get trophies like this big of the Win, so they're your card protector.
Yeah, the mini
Win.
The mini win.
And then you can you're not going to bring the actual trophy with you, but if you got a Win card protector, people that's topic of conversation. Where'd you get that? Oh, I won the daily 2 months ago. Oh, at the Win, they got a 200 there? Yeah, you should check it out. You can win one of these too.
Free advertising.
Yeah, what does it cost them? $10 each? Mass produce those, 5 per week.
Yeah,
7 per week, whatever.
One player's rake pays for the trophy.
Easy memory.
Yeah, those Win trophies are coveted. For those who are listening, it's basically the shape of the actual Win building. One of the more iconic trophies that's out there. I remember the Remington Cowboy Trophy at LAPC is another popular one. Obviously, bracelets. Some people give away watches.
Yeah.
No one has a championship belt, I think.
We at the ACR cage, there's a belt.
There you have a belt, huh?
Yeah, I was just there a few months ago.
That's cool.
You know about the cage format?
I have heard about the cage format. You get locked into a room, right?
It's pretty much. It's a cash game tournament hybrid where you have $5,000 in chips. Blinds are 10-20, and they go up every few hours. And you got to play for 2 days, and whatever you're done with, that's what you cash out. If you lose, you got zero.
Yeah. Try to survive.
It's a great format. I think other places are going to adapt it.
It's a turn a cash game.
Turn a cash. A cashament.
A cashament is way better. That's why you're on camera. All right. What's the most embarrassing story that your parents used to tell others about you?
Embarrassing parents.
Or just something that happened embarrassing to you recently, if you're...
Oh, man. A lot. Yeah, they always like to needle me for sure. I once was riding on the summer of 5th grade. I was riding on the handlebars of my buddy's, BMX bike or, pedal bike. And he was going real fast, and there was like a big jump with like gravel and concrete and shit. I'm like, no, slow down. He's like, we're doing it. I'm like, no. And of course we just
ate it.
Just fell right into all the gravel, and it like sliced up my left knee, and I'm just gushing blood, and my leg's just sliced right at the kneecap. And he somehow drives me home on top of the bike again, which I can barely even hang on to because I'm like getting lightheaded and I got blood loss. And my dad was home he was laid off at the time, and I remember coming in the door, and I was like, Dad, I'm bleeding. And he's like, shut up. I'm like, no, I'm hurt. Let's go to the hospital. He's like, yeah, good one. I'm like, no, look. And he finally realized I was in serious pain. He took me to urgent care. And I just remember sitting in the waiting room just bleeding out. Just like...
No one's going to come put pressure on this?
Time is ticking. Everybody's just looking at this open wound just dripping everywhere with just gravel just embedded in my whole leg. What was the story about? Embarrassing moments?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know why that came to mind. Okay, they would always reference when on special occasions we'd go to Red Lobster, and they always thought it was funny when I was just like 10 years old, and I'd say, I'd like the ultimate feast. And I'm just a little kid, and like, ultimate feast, get out of here.
So now you're known as the ultimate feast.
Yeah.
He wants it. He wants the ultimate feast.
I mean,
any restaurant you go to, he'll take the ultimate feast.
I got none but respect for Outback and Red Lobster. That was top in Michigan.
Any near-death experience other than your knee incident?
I was just in Costa Rica for the Cage, party, lawn car, and DePaulo did zip lining there. That was fucking scary. I've never done that, and didn't seem very safe at all or regulated or.
Yeah.
And I fucked up on the first one.
And there's probably a height limit on those things, right? 6'5" is probably pushing
weight limit.
The stress test.
No, 250 weight limit.
Okay.
And party was like 250. And he's like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing it. Not if I'm right at the limit. And then like some 300 plus guy is getting on, and we're like, come on, party. If you can do it.
They say 250 for legal reasons, but it'll probably handle 3.
I mean, are there laws down there? But no, that was scary as hell because I got turned around on the first of 10. Like you're going forward, and it just and I'm just flying backwards.
Now you're just like blind,
coming right at it, and yeah, I thought that was it.
What's a famous movie that you get crap for never having seen?
Wedding Crashers.
Never seen Wedding Crashers.
No.
All right. Well, it's a solid hour and a half of your life.
Yeah, I've seen most known, like Shawshank, Braveheart, stuff like that.
All the classics.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss like Matrix. Great movie. True.
Biggest pet peeve at the table.
Oh man, you got a minute? Man, I get so tilted by. Maybe that's why I suck at live. I'll just sit down and just look at everybody and just start hating on them. Like this, like nice scarf, nice man bag.
Yeah. Everything tilts you.
Everything tilts me. The way they check, the way they put the chips in the pot. One of them's got arm on the shoulder. I'm like, what's wrong with your shoulder, bro? You hurting?
So these aren't like because of people stalling or
tanking,
stacking in 23s or whatever.
And I really need to not.
Everything bothers Jeff, guys.
People sitting too close, body odor. I've had a few famous vlogs about body odor. I mean, I can go on and on.
The series, especially by week 3, there's this particular stench of summer sweat in the room.
It's 10-handed. Everybody's sweating. But you can't let that get to you. You got to have thick skin at live poker, or else you're just drawing dead if you let all these negative things come into your mind. Or just like known dirtbags just beating me in every pot, and I'm like, there's no justice, no karma.
Oh, that's so tilting.
Yeah, I'm
when
like,
the guy who doesn't deserve to win.
There's no deserve.
I
but
know, but
I've definitely run bad against people I don't like at the table, and I'm just got to shake it off. Be like, okay, good one.
Yep.
You got me.
What is your bold prediction for poker's future?
Whew, that's a good one. Bold prediction is that it becomes more of a digital, it becomes more of a hybrid between online and live, where things are more efficient in a way that I recommended during the World Series. Every dealer should have a tablet where they can just swipe your player's card. You got your money on your Bravo account. You want to rebuy, you want to re-enter, just do it at the table. You don't have to get up. You don't have to go to the cashier. You don't have to wait in that line. You don't have to wait in the late reg line. And boom, maybe even a lowered rake for every re-entry. I think it'll get a lot more numbers, it'll be more efficient. But I'm sure their rebuttal is we don't even have enough dealers as it is. We can't even handle more instant rebuys and more.
I think we'll get there. There's probably a gaming regulation or something that requires the physical cash to be put into a cage and held under deposit or something like that. But, eventually we'll get to the point where everything's all digital and it's like it's more online.
And taking it to the next step. Well, I asked some people about this, and they said they don't want to pony up, 500 iPads.
Okay.
They don't want the initial cost of 500 iPads, which would be, $500,000. Or I'm sure they get a deal or whatever, or if they even need that many, I don't know. Whatever the numbers are, I think it'll pay for itself in player experience and numbers and just people more likely to
how about
re-enter.
just start with one iPad per quadrant in the room that acts like a kiosk.
And just go there.
That's just for people who need to rebuy in that tournament.
And it would print out the ticket of the empty seat. They just need better tracking. And ultimately, I'd like, if there was RFID in the chips or whatever, it wouldn't just be, how many chips you got, bro? Oh, I can't see your chips. Is that a 20 stack? How many chips you got? Can I get a count? How much is that all in for? How much did he bet? It's all just digital.
Yeah.
It's all right there. It slows down the game so much. But I understand there's a lot of costs involved in that. So just get the live experience with the technology of online. Even if your cards are digital, I mean, people like shuffling chips, people like peeling cards. I get it, but there's ways to make it, so you get a lot more hands per hour, and it's just a better player experience for everybody.
We end the podcast the same way every time, with a question from the random question generator.
Okay.
Do you sing alone? And what do you sing?
I am not a singer.
You don't sing even in the car, driving over?
I was in choir in 7th grade. I was the only baritone. So I got the lead parts in Lion King and Phantom of the Opera.
Okay. Wait, you got the lead part in Lion King? Not Mufasa?
No, what is it? I Can Show You the World?
What? That's Aladdin.
Oh, that's Aladdin. No, I think we did Lion King too.
What's the big
Hakuna Matata?
Hakuna Matata.
That's it.
Can you feel?
Can you feel the love? Yeah. Can you feel the love?
So you played Simba. That's the lead in Lion King.
Or I know I always got the baritone part, whatever that was.
The James Earl Jones voice was Mufasa, his dad.
Oh, maybe
so
that.
I assume you would play that guy.
It's been a while. It's like 30 years ago.
He's got the voice for it. Anyway, Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time, answering the questions, and telling the stories.
Hey, thanks for having me, Julio. Love doing podcasts. Love, trying to spread some information that can make people's lives better. And hopefully we can all enjoy this simulation together in harmony. And until the next one.
That's it. That is the show. Thank you once again to Jeff for taking the time. You can check out all of his videos at YouTube and Twitch. Just search for Jeff Boski to find his page. And you can also find him on Twitter/X at ICURARook. And that's spelled ICURAROOK. And if all else fails, you can always just visit jeffboski.com or find him playing in his very own poker tournament on ACR Poker. You can find us at Card Player Media and visit cardplayer.com for news, results, tournament listings, the big player database, online poker bonuses, and of course, the odds calculator. Until next time, thanks for listening.